This here is a Mercedes-Benz 0364 and it's the highway model. Look here, the front part, the seat is that original bus driver seat. It's good to sit on, it's really comfortable. Here's its instrument panel with a bunch of little buttons that I don't know what they're for. There's a brake. My friends, the day has finally come to introduce it to you here on the Familia Nomad channel. Our bus, that's right, the bus we bought to be our next traveling home, to be our motorhome. And it's a real bus, huh? It's going to be a big house. It's going to be a house where we won't complain about space anymore. It's huge. So today in this video, I, Bruno, together with Clara, Bey, and Kawe, we are the Nomad family, and we're going to give you a complete tour of the bus that will soon become our traveling home. So come with us! Hey there, my friends. How are you all doing? All good? Everything cool? Everything awesome? So here we are starting another video on the Nomad family channel, another vlog. Is today a special vlog?
An awesome video to show you. Look, a tour of the bus we bought.
If you followed our story, you know we've been without a motorhome for a while.
And we've been working hard to take on another project, right?
I'm standing with him in a small corridor at our Goiânia campsite because it's windy. I hope the audio isn't affected.
I hope it doesn't ruin the audio so you can follow our video. Those who have been following us for a while here on the Familia Nomad channel know that we started our travel story first with a small car. We used to travel in a UP when it was just me, Clarinha, and Bey, who was about 2 or 3. In 2019, we decided to hit the road and live on the road. And our first project was aboard a pickup truck, a Ford Ranger. It was from 2010. We put a rooftop tent from Blue Camping on it, and we made an improvised camper in the back.
We traveled and drove through much of Brazil, then used another small car we had.
We went all the way to Ushuaia, to the end of the world, the southernmost city in the world, also with a rooftop tent. And in the following years, in 2020, we built our first motorhome, which was a Sprinter 310-year 98 with my friend Lucas from Motorhomes Sonho.
I was just talking to him now.
Addressing some bus questions, after selling that motorhome, in 2021 we built another with Jefferson from BTS Motorhomes, our partner in Goiânia. Our second motorhome, which was the Renault Master Cachaldinha number 2.0, really nice. A Renault Master with a high roof, extra long. It ended up being a really cool house and we had many adventures traveling with it. And then, in the meantime, we went to Argentina. Clarinha was pregnant, our motorhome broke down in Argentina, and we came back to Florianopolis. The baby was born, that's right. The little one was born. Little Scalber came into the world. So, my friend, we decided to sell the motorhome because that Renault Master was only registered for 3 passengers. To change all that, we had to make a series of modifications on those, to the living area, to the seats, for the passengers' transportation. That would be a hassle. We sold it, and now we're stuck in Goiânia, unsure what to do next. And we started thinking about a new project, something a bit bigger. Maybe a minibus, we thought, like the one Lucas and Bia have out on the road. A hug to them, we like them a lot. And we developed the idea of the Volare and the minibus, and then we started considering the idea of a bus. When we looked at the prices, it was something much more inviting. Buying a bus was better than a minibus. Plus, minibus engines are usually in the front and noisy. These buses have rear engines, so we noticed the benefits. The price. More affordable, but harder to find. The bus was in good shape, but we expected it to be more interesting. The price and a project with good space were important to us. So we started to weigh the pros and cons. The bus has several cons. I'll tell you what we think are the negative points and the positive points. But without beating around the bush, we bought the bus. We bought it in São Paulo, in Mogi Guaçu. A friend of ours there, Fabricio, brought the bus here for us. It's here, in our place, in Goiânia. And now we're going to get it registered, transfer it to my name. The paperwork has already arrived. Next, we need in Metro to inspect it so we can make it a motorhome. We're also building a great house on it.
Guys, the bus is here then.
This is a Mercedes-Benz 0364. It's a bus, it's a monocoque by Mercedes-Benz, so the entire structure of the bus is made by Mercedes itself. It's not a chassis that a company like Marco Polo or Caio builds the body on later. No, this is all Mercedes. Every part of it is Mercedes. It's a monocoque 0364. And this bus here is from the year 1981. And it's a highway model. It's different from the urban model. Inspired by the people of Livre Como o Vento, we came up with the bus idea. Thanks to them. We follow the channel. We really like Osvaldo and Fran. So this one here is a little different. The front, look, theirs has that part that's a little thicker on top and only has 2 little headlights. This one has 4. And it's the highway model. My God, it's so windy. I hope it doesn't mess up the audio, but let's go. I'll show you the outside here. Then we'll go inside the bus. It's got good tires. Here in the front is the tire. It's got Goodyear. We really count on that because tires are really expensive. In the back, they're halfway worn, but they're still good too. It's got dual wheels, of course, right? The tires are in good condition. On the outside, you can see that the paint is pretty bad. But I want to see if we can paint it white, change the colors a bit, which will make the bus look more colorful and nicer. Look, the window is huge, 11 meters long. These tail lights are ugly and foggy. I want to see if I can replace them with more original ones. I think this tail light and the back part are ugly. I also need to replace the inside part later. I don't want to make it blue, no. I don't want to make it blue, I want to make it white. Maybe we'll use some real 80s colors like orange, beige, brown, which I think looks nicer.
But on the outside, this one has several trunks, right? Since it's a highway bus, it has the trunks here.
Later on, we still have to figure out how we're going to lock this up, right? Pull here, lift it up. It's kind of heavy. There are the pistons here, right? But there's plenty of space. Space to put a water tank to organize everything underneath, right? Time to take. There's also the battery area and all that. Huge engine. I think this vehicle weighs 13 tons. It's really heavy, you know? So much so that I had to get a Class D license to drive it. In the last video, I showed that I was starting the process, right? To upgrade my Class B license to a Class D so I can drive this bus, right? So I had to transfer my license from Santa Catarina to here, to Goiás, paid a fee of 280 reais, and started the process, took 20 lessons, and upgraded my driver's license. Let's go inside the bus now. Here it has an original handle. I want to see if I can later add a Tetra key here to lock the house. But let's go in, look. Getting into the bus, look, it's really well preserved. It's all original. It was hard to find this original bus, you know? Really cool big dashboard. Here are the stairs. Look, this initial part here, this is the entrance area of the bus. I don't want to alter the driver's area, just refurbish the seats.
I want to keep the seat original, wrap the steering wheel in leather while keeping it original, and clean up the large dashboard.
And I want to at least keep these 4 front seats here. We have to put seat belts on them, right? But for Bay, Cauê, Clarinha, and 1 more passenger to go. But then I'll take out the rest. I'll even take the seats that are better preserved, newer, and bring them up here to the front. Since these front ones are a little bit destroyed here, look. So, but there are seats that are perfect, in perfect condition, without any tears. Some of them aren't torn. Right? Look, this one here, for example, I think it's a bit torn, but like this one here, it's perfect. It's looking good, huh? Then I bring it up front. Inside, you can see it's a huge space since it's a bus and all the parts are original. Of course, there must be one thing or another that was replaced, but overall, it's really well preserved. Look here at the front part. The seat is that original one. A bus driver's seat. It's good to sit on. It's really comfortable. Look, it has a suspension system down here. I want to see if I cover it with leather or fabric to make it more comfortable. Maybe the same color as the ones in the back. Brown, it's really comfortable. The steering wheel, guys, is a gigantic steering wheel. Look at that, my God. But it's good. The little bit I drove, I thought it was really cool. The dashboard, right?
It shows the brake pressure. I just turned it on now to keep the pressure at about 6 bar, right?
Which is the recommended level. Here is his instrument panel with several buttons I don't know the purpose of. There's the brake, fog lights, headlights, wiper, front wiper. There are 2 wipers, right? For the 2 windshields. Here, the lever, right here, closes the door and opens the door. Look, it's all manual. The handbrake, it's also air system, right? Brake and handbrake. For the fire extinguisher, check its condition. Check the expiration date there. Big rear view mirror. Look, the sun visor here too, it's big. Really cool, man. This part of the car's cockpit is really nice, all original. Maybe I'll just change this part here of this little floor here. I'll change it to a nicer color, which will be the same color as the rest of the interior. Man, this bus is beautiful, right? I think it's beautiful because, like, when I was a kid, I remember I used to take a city bus here in Goiânia. They were those old Mercedes, the 0362. The slightly rounder one, when these small buses appeared, which was the The Goiânia City bus 0364, that good looking one, man, I was so impressed riding it. The engine noise enchanted me. I told my mom and dad about it. When I grow up, I want to be a bus driver. My mom would say, "What is that?" And I would say, "When I grow up, I'm going to be a bus driver." And now I'm fulfilling a dream of being able to have a bus like that so we can ride around. Even better if there's a house in the back, right? So leaving the cockpit, I'll also keep this part and the small window. Maybe we'll take off this sticker. Even though it's of Our Lady, which I think is cool, let's just leave it clean. Or write Nomad Family here. This part here shows the itinerary. Maybe later we'll put Nomad Family up front, which will be really cool.
This is the air vent at the front of the bus. We have to check if everything is all right, right?
Then there's this part 4. Structure. For you to carry luggage from there to the back, you had to remove it, and it's ready so it can...
It belonged to one owner, a single owner. Actually, this bus, from a single owner. But it was set up so it could be taken for fishing trips.
So, look, he removed some seats. Here, he left a space to put luggage, I think.
Here he reversed the position and then left the table so you could travel.
I think it's for drinking beer, maybe playing cards. There's even a deck of cards here. Look, I think in this little box here, there's even a deck of cards stored. A relic. There's a digital versatile disc. There's a stereo here. There's a little television. You could even reuse it, maybe.
And then back here he left 4 bunk beds.
Look, there are 4 bunk beds with mattresses. This one looks terrible, old, ugly mattress. You should probably throw this one out. But, well, if you want to take a ride, you could still use it, right?
more seats here. The beds are down here. And back there, he left the double bed over the engine. This is meant to be our master bedroom, right? It's a big space.
There's an inverter over there, look, that you can even use. Power inverter.
For 110 volts.
And the guy made a system here with a water tank and put it there with a sink. I think it's for them to wash their hands and everything, right?
So it's like this, all set up. There are even some pictures of fish here. The guys used to like fishing there, huh? I don't even know what kind of fish this is. You know, I think this one is a peacock bass, right?
I don't know. Maybe here I don't know. I'm not even gonna guess.
Some curtains that are really ugly. So we're going to redo all of this here, take everything out and redo it.
There's an outlet here, right? Because of the inverter, so he can charge his phone. I think that's it. Little sound system. And that's it. So our plan is to do this here. A super house. So that's the plan, guys. We're going to take apart the seats over there, leave 4 and take everything apart back here. And we want to make our traveling house a house with
Living room, kitchen, and inspiration from Livre Como o Vento.
I always watch their videos. They're really cool. I want to see if I can add a fireplace. When we face the cold in Argentina, like in Ushuaia or on Route 40, we want a well-adapted fireplace here so we stay warm and have no problems. Maybe here, in this back part, put pine paneling, which I think looks nice. I want to make it really rustic, like those motorhomes.
Americans with wood, the fireplace.
You can put in a big kitchen, a kitchen with a 4-burner stove, and a slightly bigger refrigerator.
It will need a living room and kitchen on one side. Then over there, I'll put the boys' bunk bed, 2 beds for Koei and Bay. The bathroom, I'll make it really spacious with a dry area and a wet area. And in the back, we'll put the master bedroom, which will also be really spacious. I want to see if I can put the mattress on the bed in the direction of the bus, so Clara and I can have a side exit. And maybe back here, remove these windows and maybe put the centimeter for a little window.
Like a real motorhome, since it's better, with a Telamartes mosquito screen and all that, right?
And I think this lining will have to be replaced, but that's it. Here's the bus.
It needs to go through documentation first, so we can only start after that. Pretty cool, right? I couldn't wait to share this with you. You're part of our lives. We're always sharing our experiences with you, our vlogs. And so this change, this upgrade in our lives, I had to share it, right? You guys had to know what's going on. So that's it, guys. I got the bus running.
It has a little key. Look, its key is tiny. Looks like a motorcycle key. See? Then you plug it in here.
Starting it is like a modern car. Just press this button here, like in newer cars. Awesome. So that's it, guys. Let me get down here, but it's really windy. A crazy wind. Look at that. I think it's even going to mess up the audio. Well, that's it. So, this is the bus
From now on, I'm going to show you several videos here on our channel showing the documentation process, passing the in-metro inspection, and transforming it into a motorhome. You'll see how we're going to do this setup, how this bus will be transformed into our traveling home soon. I hope you enjoyed this complete tour of the bus here.
Go ahead and leave that awesome like. This video deserves a like, right? A like!
If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe and leave a comment. Tell us what you think about this bus.
Is it going to be a cool house or not, guys? So, a big kiss and see you at our next meeting.
We post videos here almost daily at 7 p.m. Stay tuned and don't miss out. Big hug and see you at our next meeting. Bye bye. Thanks.